Hey Libra, this is your bi-weekly reading where we look at the energies that we can take advantage of and really utilize to our best benefit for our life overall from lunation to lunation. So we either look at the waxing energy or the waning energy for an approximate 2-week period of time, get a little bite of advice. These are short and sweet readings. If you've never seen these before, welcome. And also just know that these are meant to be just a little bit of extra guidance for 2-week approximate periods of time between readings so that it's not just the month overall reading that you have, which those will be out a couple days after this video is out. So for this particular reading, we are looking at the waning phase of the moon because we're working from the full moon to the new moon, and we are looking at the full moon in Aries in tropical astrology. To the new moon, and that's on the 29th of September, and to the new moon in October on the 14th in Libra, in your sign. I don't know why my cards feel so slippy right now. In Libra, and that also happens to be the very first eclipse that we have in eclipse season. Yes, we have another eclipse season. Another eclipse season is upon us, and it also is a south node eclipse. What does that mean? Briefly, without going into the astrology here, because the astrological highlights video will also be up in a couple of days, that is really about releasing, right? The energy of this has more of a releasing vibe to it than the other north node type of eclipse. So not only do we have that on the new moon, but leading up to it, we have this waning energy, which has to do also with release and clearing things out, that is leading us up to it. So, and when I say release, I don't necessarily mean like throwing things out, getting rid of things or people. This can also mean like releasing a project into the world, for instance, right? It can mean things of that nature. So keep that in mind as we're looking at this. So let's take a look at what area of life is being highlighted for you. And we have the 7th house. Now, when we're looking, if again, with these readings, we're looking at what would be the linchpin. Even if you're like, my career is really up for me, not relationships, that's not really it for me at all. That's all right. This is more pointing to like, hey, if you were to put some time, energy, and attention into doing some inventory, into investigating and feeling into and noticing what's in alignment, what isn't anymore, what needs to be cleared out, what's stale, what's outdated, you know, in my beliefs or with people or conversations that need to happen to clear things up with people, all of those kinds of things are what we're looking at for this phase. So, and we're looking at it in an area of life where if you were to do that, it kind of like builds momentum and ripple effects out into other areas of your life. So we're looking at the 7th house of relationships. Now, primarily, you know, we think about the relationships in the 7th house as being really serious relationships, like romantic relationships. But they're also contractual. So this can also be like a really close business partnership as well, right? I want to mention that because really often we see this and we only think like romantic, serious relationships, but it also involves that contractual kind of thing. And that does have to do with like, you know, business partnerships as well. So see that and take that as it makes sense for you. The advice that we have coming through to assist you with this is the, oh wait, my light is, okay, it's the 6. The 6 of Wands. I thought it was the 9 of Wands. Wait, is that the 9 of Wands? Sorry, you guys. It is the 9 of Wands. Okay. Sorry. It's like, okay, anyway. So, yes, the 9 of Wands, right? So this is about being, what type of warrior do you want to be, right? Or are you being, right? This is a matter of like taking care of your health, taking care of, sorry, somebody's alarm just went off and it started to distract me and it totally threw me off. Let me back up. So what kind of like warrior? Are you the weary, wounded warrior, or are you someone who is the sagacious, seasoned soldier or warrior in this life, right? somebody who has been through many trials and tribulations in life, who has gleaned the wisdom from their experiences and is able to utilize that wisdom to take them through the next set of challenges that they have ahead of them, right? And because they were, seasoned, they knew how to make sure that they took care of themselves in certain ways, took care of the health in certain ways, to have stamina, endurance, and longevity to be able to keep going and carry on. The weary, wounded warrior is someone who is like, you burn candles at both ends, you're not really taking care of yourself, and therefore you're in a depleted state and don't really have the energy or stamina to keep going. But not only that, it's like maybe you're a little green behind the ears, like you just haven't really like worked your way up enough to know like how to do things more efficiently, to do them better, to take care of yourself so that you can have the energy for the long haul and not for short sprints, right? All of this to say that your guides, your universe, whatever it is that brought you here, is basically showing you like, hey, it's time to make sure that you assess what kinds of methods, habits, ways of being are actually working or not working for you, because there are other trials on the horizon, and especially with eclipse season, that can definitely be so. There are other trials on the horizon, and in order to be able to have the endurance to move through all these things, you need to make sure that you are taking time to think about all of the lessons that you've gleaned over your last bit of challenges that you've been through, and take those lessons and intelligently apply them to the situations at hand so that you have the wisdom at your hands and you have the stamina to do that. You need to take care of your health. Definitely some of you really need to pay attention to your health. Now, take that and apply it to your relationships. Again, whether they are contractual business partnership or whether it is like a serious relationship, if relationships are really up for you. So again, this is a collective reading. So if this lands for you, amazing, awesome. If it doesn't, it's just not your message this particular 2-week period of time. Go check out your rising sign if this is your sun sign. One-to-one readings are better, but definitely check out the astrological highlights video that goes through the first half of October so that you get a sense of like what's actually ahead, how you can prepare for that in a different kind of way. And also look at the monthly readings that will also be out. Those are approximately like 15 minutes long on average. So that's what I have for you. If this was helpful or insightful in any way, please give the video a like. It really does help me so that I can be seen by more people in the algorithm. And also, if you haven't subscribed, why not do that and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the videos that come out on the horizon. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for your time. Thanks for being here. Bye.